So here we are again, another tutorial. Today we're going to be EQing a kick drum. So we have a kick drum that we recorded with a D112. We didn't put any compression, we didn't put any equalization on it, nothing. This is a completely raw tracking. I always like to start with that so it gives me wide open options, to mess with it. Okay, but today we're actually going to do something even more fun. We're going to EQ this without hearing it. Now, it's always recommended that you listen to what you're EQing within a mix so you can hear its relationship with all the other frequencies and instrumentation and stuff like that. But just for fun today, we're gonna demonstrate how we can EQ without hearing it, which makes equalizing just a joy. Okay, so let's put a gate on here. Clean up some of that extra noise first. Okay, then we will put on a tape emulator, and yeah, we're hitting right around -3, so that's nice. Kind of warms it up a little bit. All right, we will open Ceilings of Sound, and we will use one of our presets here. Let's go to Kick. Let's try Rock Loose, and we're going to carve it out first. So this is the ceiling that we want to adhere to, and the white line again is our sound, the frequencies that we're listening to. It's our spectrum analyzer, it's our source. So we want to make the white follow the red. That's all there is to it. Okay, now before we begin, let's turn the volume down. Now as you can see, sound is still going through all of these. These are pre-fader, but we are not hearing anything. So let's open up an EQ. And you can see right here, we really want to carve this out. So let's just start with 400. Let's go here to 3, choose 400, because 400 is always a good boxy noise. Let's make our Q all the way wide and just crank that down. Immediately, we're right there in the neighborhood. All right. So looking at it again, but we still have a little bit here around 200 that's poking up, and something here in around like the 1.4. All right, so let's address that. Let's go here to 200. And we'll leave our Q at 1, and let's drop that. Let's do 5.5. Oh, wow. Hey, right about on it. Looks pretty good. So 5 seems to be a pretty good number. Let's do 1.4, get some of that out. So 1400. Leave our Q at 1. Let's do 5.5. Seemed to work pretty good. All right, and there's a little bit too much. Let's just do -5 on this one. Every time we click, it resets so we can see what we're doing. See, now it's good there. We got a little guy that's poking up here, but we'll deal with that afterwards. So we'll get in there and get surgical after we do the compression. So, all right, the carve looks pretty good. Let's check our overall ceiling. So if we go to Rock Loose, see, now this is going to be a relationship between our highs and our lows. All right, so the high looks pretty good. The low, wow, we really got a lot of excess here. So let's address that first. Let's do a roll off. Let's do it around 45. Let's make that guy pretty steep. Turn him on. There we go. All right, but we could use a little energy here. So let's, around that same frequency. Oh, okay, it's set to 45. Let's leave it at 1, and let's give it what? Maybe about 2 dB. Very nice. There we go. And that looks good. We're a little low over here, so let's deal with that. Let's go, 5 is open. All right, 5K. And doesn't have to be quite as right in here. It doesn't have to be quite as wide on the Q. So let's do 2.5 for our Q. And 5.5 worked that first time. Let's see what it does here. All right, gives us a nice little bump. See? We're getting there, but let's bring 10 up. That will also affect this a bit, so let's do that. Okay, let's do 10 kilohertz. And we'll leave our Q at 1. Nice wide, and we'll do 2 on this one as well. So it gives us a nice little bump in here. All right, see, that looks pretty good. And check our carve out again. Where's our kick? There we go. And carved out. Okay, that's following the ceilings pretty well. Let's hear what it sounds like. Very nice. Okay, since we took out so much energy, our level went down. So let's bump that back up. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let's hear an A-B here. So bypass it. Ooh, nice raw, and put it back in. Very nice. We did that all without listening to it. Okay, now since the energy is where it should be, it's all balanced out. Let's turn on our compression. Bring that up. All right, and let's do 4. That's there. Let's do 30 millihertz, and maybe slow down the release a little bit. Give it a soft knee. All right, now what we're going to be looking for, every time the kick kind of hits by itself, we want it to at least hit the 1 here, the -1. So let's turn that up a bit. Yeah, there we go. Right there, see? Boom, again, right at -1. So that's a good level for compression for the kick. And now if we look at our curves over here, our ceiling, it actually kind of came up a bit. So as the compression reacts to the energy, which is frequencies, it's going to be dropping certain ones and moving other ones up. So you always want to EQ before your compression, and then also again after your compression. So let's deal with this right about, let's say, maybe around the 800 mark. So let's bring up another one, and we're going to turn this back down. And let's go here, let's say 800. It's also nice to be able to know that you can do this to rest your ears. So say that you've had a very long mixing session or even recording session, you want to get to the mixing, but you're kind of ear fatigued. Well, to be able to have the power to EQ without listening to it, but still know exactly what you're doing and have it exactly where you want it to be, and have it sound good, I mean, that's invaluable. That's a lifesaver for a lot of engineers. So anyways, let's get back to this. So 800, and leave our Q at 1, and we don't really need to drop it too much. Let's only go like 1 dB, because we just want to sort of settle it back in there. Yeah, see, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so that's pretty good. We've got this guy poking up. He was poking up before too, so that's probably around like 1173. So let's address him real quick. 1173, and we want to make that nice and wide, or excuse me, narrow, because we want to target really just that frequency. And let's drop him by 2. All right, see, much better. That looks good. Now we kind of came down a bit on the high end here. Well, you know what? Let's check our high and low balance relationship. So we'll go back to just the regular rock loose. Yeah, see? Oh, see, we actually came down on the low end. So we want to put a little bit of that back, and for some reason we're sticking up here around the 3 mark, 32, 31, somewhere in there. All right, so let's address our low end first. Let's go over here and we'll go 50. And yeah, we'll leave it maybe about 1.5. Doesn't have to be quite as wide. 1.5 on our cue. And let's give it, you know what, let's 5 work before. See what it does here. We can always drop it back down. Oh, nice. Hey, what do you know? Okay, that's pretty good. See, it's poking up a little bit here. So we'll do, let's say 31, I don't know, 31, 32, 5, there we go, 31, 32. Let's do 3.5. And I don't know, bring them down a bit. Not quite as much as the other guy, 1.5. Check again. There we go. All right, see, now that looks pretty good. We're sort of back to where we were. So we've kind of took back out the 800 for the carve part, put some of the 50 back, got rid of this guy that was poking up here around the 1200, 1170 mark, something like that, and dropped our 30 around our 31, and everything looks good. All right, now we're peaking a bit here, so let's just drop that. Let's drop it ever so slightly. All right, good, because we added some low end. Now let's see what that sounds like. Very nice. All right, so there you have it. You can EQ without hearing it. You can take your drum and make it sound, wonderful. Take a kick drum and carve everything out. Put some nice round low end and put some nice beater snap in, and all without hearing it. Rest your ears and mix perfectly. All right. Well, that's it for today. Happy mixing. Don't forget, just follow the ceilings. That's all you got to do. All right. Until next time. Bye.